Is your partner abusing alcohol? Are they over drinking? And do they dismiss your concerns? If so, you're not alone. A lot of spouses find themselves in this scenario, and in this video, I'm going to show you what to do about it. I'm couples therapist Dr. Wyatt. I've been in private practice since 2004, and I've helped over 1,000 couples restore their relationship. Comment the word guide, and I'll send you my free PDF on how to improve your communication in 4 steps, and I'll also leave the link to it in the description. So alcohol and marriage is a big topic. Unfortunately, a lot of people struggle with addiction, especially alcohol addiction. When I'm working with couples in my practice, more and more I see the issue of one spouse over drinking, abusing alcohol, and then it creates marital problems. So the first point I'm going to talk about is, when is alcohol an issue? Any behavior that you have that starts impacting your marriage becomes a marital problem. And so if you're spending too much money and it's impacting your marriage, that's a marriage problem. If you're spending too much time with a really close friend and it's impacting your marriage, that's a marriage problem. If you're overworking and you're a workaholic and that's starting to impact your marriage, that's a marriage problem. And likewise, if you're over drinking and your behavior is impacting your marriage, that's a marriage problem. That's just not one partner's problem. It becomes a marital issue. The way to think about addiction is if your behavior is creating impairment in your relationship. Does your partner complain about it? Do they bring it up a lot? Do they tell you it's hurting them, or that it's impairing your connection, or they don't like how you behave when you drink? If they're telling you that feedback, you need to pay attention, because now it's a marriage issue. It's not just an individual issue, it's a relationship issue. Struggling with alcohol is nothing new. People have struggled with addiction forever. And during the pandemic, it got even worse because people were stuck inside, and a lot of people started drinking to cope with the pandemic. So even though we're not in a pandemic now, a lot of people are still addicted to alcohol, and it's wreaking havoc on their relationship. So number 2, if you're the one with the drinking issue, do not tell your partner that it's your prerogative. It's your body. It's your decision if you drink and how much you drink. That is only true if your drinking does not create impairment in your relationship. If your partner is complaining to you about how much you're drinking, that's proof that it is impacting your marriage. Therefore, it's not just your choice. It's a marital choice. We need to decide together how much alcohol we both feel comfortable with drinking and when. It's not just your choice. So don't tell your partner, this is my choice. This is my body. I get to decide how much I want to drink. That's not true. If you're a married person, it's not just up to you, because your behavior is impacting your relationship, and your partner would not be bringing it up unless it did impact the relationship. If you want your partner to feel hope in their relationship with you, you need to be receptive to their concerns. Do not become rebellious and act like it's all your decision because you're an independent person. People will often wonder, how much do I have a voice over my spouse's behavior? How much can I influence my partner's lifestyle choices? It's a balance. You're not going to have full control over their lifestyle choices, but you do need some, especially when their lifestyle choices impact you. This can be applicable if your partner is sedentary and overweight and has an unhealthy diet. That impacts you, because then they're not going to be able to be active and be healthy and be a participant with raising kids or living in retirement with you. Let's say your partner smokes cigarettes and therefore their health is deteriorating, or it's going to deteriorate, and you're around secondhand smoke a lot. That's going to impact their functioning in your relationship. So you should have a voice on that. And definitely with alcohol, if your partner is over drinking and that's impairing how they're showing up in your relationship, you should have a voice over that. You should have an influence. And the problem I see with couples the most is when you have no influence, when your partner dismisses your concerns, when they blow off your concerns and they think, I can do whatever I want. That's a problem, because then they're not operating as a team, they're operating as an independent unit and dismissing your concerns. Now we're going to have marital issues. And that leads me to number 3, when to get a separation. If your partner is over drinking consistently, you don't like how they're showing up in your marriage, it's compromising how they're functioning as a partner or as a parent, and you've brought this up numerous times, your concerns, and they blow you off. They dismiss your concerns. The next step you need to do is get a separation. Because if you don't get a separation and you stay in that environment, you're just enabling their behavior. You're sending the signal that I'm not going to do anything about it. You can keep drinking as much as you want because I'm not going to have any consequences for your behavior. So then you're enabling your spouse. Ideally, you bring up your concerns and they listen. They make some adjustments. Then make some modifications to honor some of your feelings around this topic. Ideally, that's what they do. Maybe they need to see an addictions counselor. Maybe they need to go to rehab. Maybe they need to join AA. But the ideal response is they listen to your concern and they make some adjustments. If they dismiss your concerns and blow you off again and again and again, you need to do something about it. You need to get a separation. You move out to send the signal, I mean business, and you need to make some changes and stop dismissing my concerns. And that leads me to number 4. If you get a separation from your partner because they keep dismissing your concerns around overuse of alcohol, do not move back in too quickly, because some people will try to pull the wool over your eyes and they'll say, I promise this and I promise that and I pledge to this and I pledge to that and I'm not going to drink anymore. I'm not going to over drink. And then what do? You move back in, and then within a week or two, they're back to drinking. They're back to over drinking. That's why if you get a separation, you want to stay separated for several months at the minimum. 3 months is a good minimum. And then you can still be around your partner and see if they're upholding their commitment. You can see if they're seeing that addictions counselor. You can see if they're abusing alcohol. You can see if it's still impairing them when you're together or when they're parenting. But they need to earn back trust. And that's why the separation should be a minimum of 3 months, so that you can really see that they mean it. You can really see that they're going to sustain the gains. You can really see that they're going to make those changes and last. And only then will it make sense for you to move back in and give them a second chance, because they need to earn back your trust. They've broken your trust because you asked them kindly, politely, over and over to make some adjustments with their alcohol, and they ignored you. And you finally got fed up and you got a separation. So do not move back in too quickly. Make them earn it back. They need to earn back your trust and show you, I mean this. And I'm going to earn back your trust by making some adjustments with alcohol and sustaining the gains. Only then should you consider moving back in. So those are 4 things to consider when it comes to marriage and addiction with alcohol. We covered number 1, when is alcohol an issue? Number 2, if you're the one abusing alcohol, do not tell your spouse that it's your choice, because if it's impairing your relationship, it's a marital topic. Number 3, we talked about when to get a separation. And number 4, we talked about the importance of building back trust over time before moving back in. If you have resentments in your relationship and you are feeling stuck, you're feeling hopeless, go through my ER Marriage Intensive. It's my most comprehensive resource to rebuild your relationship in 30 days. Comment the word ER below and I'll send you more information. And you can also go to my website, drwyattfisher.com, and click on ER Marriage Intensive. If you found value in today's episode, pay it forward by sharing this episode with one other person today, a family member, a friend, someone that you know could benefit from it. And remember, you're the only thing you can control in your relationship. So work on improving yourself to improve your marriage. Thanks for listening, and I'll see you in the next one.